Time to get busy at this motherfucker.
Why are we having hot girl summer out here?
Um,
You were saying women needed work, and I was like, wow, a woman ain't never said that.
yeah, wait. I said we all need work. But I
Oh,
will say,
oh,
yeah, I will say, well, let me say this. I can only speak for the black race because it's no white hot girl summer. It's only our culture that's being affected by this type of behavior. But I will say that we all need work, the men and the women, but the women need the most work. No lie. Like, no lie. I
mm,
seen some shit today that like blew my mind. But we'll get to that later. But I feel like because we need the most work, once we are in a relationship or we get in a relationship with a man and we submit and we let our guard down and we do all the things that a woman should does for this man, and then he plays with us. Like, it takes us from the condition that we were in before till now. It takes us a lot to trust, a lot to love, a lot to be submissive, a lot to be all of these different things when the world is telling us that's not who we need to be. We need to be out here doing this or living like this or, selling
mm,
this or OnlyFans that. You feel me?
mm.
So when a woman doesn't take that route and she's committed to this man and she lets her guard down and she just all in and then
Mhm.
he play with her.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, Red. I feel like in those type of situations, since you're not like, since the woman isn't like, let's just say, quote unquote, say appealing.
Hmm.
I feel like us men, we take that and we walk on women like a mat. We
Hmm.
walk all over them, and we like, we use that and abuse that for weakness.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. Like, it is like some terrible men out here. I ain't gonna
Hmm.
lie. It's some terrible
Hmm.
men, just like it's
Hmm.
terrible women.
Hmm.
But in that situation, I was saying, like, once you play with that woman and it has taken her a lot to even get to this being comfortable with being submissive when the world tells her to be independent and run this and have this and all of that. When she gets comfortable and finds out, like, you're playing, it's like, what the fuck did I do this for? Like, I'm finna go back to being a hot girl.
Man,
And
and
women.
look, be honest, like what, like I can only make up my assumption what hot girl shit means, like through the music or like social media, right? But like,
Yeah.
what is your take on like the term hot girl shit or
See,
hot girl summer?
I'm so glad that you said that instead of just like, this is what a hot girl is, this is this.
Uh,
I think a hot girl just depends on the person. Because
mm,
yeah, definitely. Because you might have, Megan Thee Stallion saying twerking, partying, and all of this, but then it might be this girl that just, talk to some dudes, but she not out there like twerking or partying or whatever, but she's still finessing niggas. It's like different types of hot girls, I do believe. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
do I do get what you're saying now. Let me
yeah,
let me try to understand. So you basically saying like another one term of a hot girl is like, oh, I'm not finna do all this bullshit. I'm fuck niggas type of shit. Fuck niggas. I'm getting my money. I'm on my hot girl shit. Then the other one is the other half of that is like, oh, nah, I'm telling niggas I love them and tell them, what I'm saying, buying he buying me food and
yeah,
what I mean, I'm driving his cars and stuff like, what I'm saying,
yeah.
like
I'm
I'm
getting
getting
money.
everything. I'm getting everything from. I'm sucking up anything I can for this nigga. You feel me?
Yeah,
Or for a man. Sorry.
yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's
It's
different
a,
types
so
of.
hot girl shit is a sub. It's sub genres to this shit.
Yeah, I get you. I mean, that's just my perspective because what the next girl do is not what I do.
Let me just ask you this: if you was a quote unquote hot girl, like what kind of hot girl do you think you would be? Would depend on your circumstance.
Ah, see, I know me, and it was a time that I had got my feelings hurt when I let my guard down for a dude, and I'm like, fuck this shit.
Y'all
I'm ready to
niggas
go
is
be
the
a hot girl.
same.
I'm ready to go be a hot girl. I done did all this, and
Hmm.
what was the point?
Yeah.
And that's just me thinking with my emotions. But I'm like, nah, I got a son. I ain't finna go out and party all night. I can't let this situation, like change me as a person because I'm not that. I'm not that. My feelings just hurt at the moment, but that's
Hmm.
not me. I'm not no hot girl. I actually want to have the family, come home, cook, game night, this and that. That ain't no hot girl shit, you know.
Nope.
So
Hmm.
if I
Yep.
was a hot girl, it'll be just the girl that goes out all the time. Like,
Hmm.
yeah,
No,
just
no, no intentions, no mingling.
no. I mean, you know, if it had like mingling, like what?
Mingling, Red. What else is? What else? All
I
right,
mean,
come on now,
I'm like the sex. Nah,
mingling.
nah. We can just be
No, I'm
friends.
not talking about that. That I mean, that all comes
Okay.
with that. That all comes with that. But it's like mingling, like you
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
I feel like you can be a hot girl and not be,
Okay,
have sex with, you
okay.
know. I don't know.
Uh,
I feel
nah,
like it. I
cause
feel
like
like
I
it.
got a term. I got a term that my grandma used to say, and she probably still would say. She say, that girl hiding the drawers. Like, what that mean? You know what
Mm.
that mean? You feel me? Like, come on now, you can't be no hot girl without some hot shit going on.
Nah,
But look, that's just my perspective.
I understand what your I understand what your grandma was saying,
Hmm.
but it's also like the culture. Like
Right.
that's what we see. So if you're not doing it, you're a weirdo. You get
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, and it
I
might
want.
not be this girl that wanna do that, but she
Hmm.
doing it. It don't
Hmm.
mean she out here just fucking.
Hmm. So, and that's what gets me mixed up because, like, you would say, let's say if I was in Walmart and which I would not really do. Let's just say this is a hypothetical situation. Let's just say
Yeah.
I go into Walmart and I approach a woman on some hot girl shit because she dressed like some hot girl shit. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Skin all showing, all everything's out. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And she gonna hit you with the, I'm not like that. I just dress like this. Like, what do you say to what do you say to those type of women? Because they're out there. Stop dressing like a hoe.
Not stop dressing like a hoe. You can do better. That's all I say. You can do better.
Mhm.
You gotta show us a little grace. We done had it rough.
Yeah,
The
most
the
definitely.
bare minimum.
Look. And look, that was just a hypothetical thing. I'm mostly
Yeah.
inside of my mind when it comes to shit like that because I'll be looking at women sometimes and I notice like I'm not like a regular dude. Like I'm not just finna look at some ass and just instantly get intrigued by every like ass I see. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Like it has to be. You have to have certain, you know, I don't know. I don't even know a word for it, but you have to have certain things about you for me to even like act like a dog or something like that. Like you got to be like worth it
Act
type
like
of
a
shit. Like
dog.
yeah, no, but that's how us men do though. Like
Yeah.
we really act a fool like on some dog sniffing ass shit. Like for real. Like it's some of us out here that'll really mess with anything, and I
Yeah,
mean
I know.
anything. You know what I mean? Out of
Yeah.
you know, out of first of all desperation,
Mm.
and out of you feel me, maybe feel for bragging rights. Like I always say, men
Yeah.
don't even do stuff for them. They do stuff in the eyes of people
Other
that really
niggas.
don't say what.
Other niggas.
Mm.
You don't think so?
I know so.
Yeah.
I know so. I feel like men don't. I feel like men. I mean, all of us. I just feel like all of us. We don't really think for ourselves like that. We too influenced on other shit. You know what I mean? And it done took control. And then went haywire. You know what I'm saying? So um,
And
on
that's
this
the thing.
on this hot girl take, I just feel like it is what it is because I mean I hate the shit. Honestly, I hate the shit. I'm a conscious brother. Like I hate the shit. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like it. But at the same time, it's like we did it to y'all like all these fucking years, man. You know
Nah,
what I
I mean it
mean? We
ain't
did
it
it. We
ain't
did it to y'all. Like just think of Snoop on Doggy Style. Like 1993. Like we been saying the shit. Now Megan Thee Stallion ain't saying the shit. Like it ain't.
But you
Yeah.
know, that's what they getting paid to do. They getting
Yep.
paid top
Yep.
dollar to make this type of music. Like you don't see no
Think
country music
think
like this.
hey, think of it like this, Red. They getting paid to kind of neutralize us. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know if that's a real word. Like yeah, like not neutralize, but like just like dumb us down. Like
It's just
you know what
yeah,
I
I
mean?
mean,
Like
it's just they're trying to like
they
break
get
up
the
the black
and they
family.
yes, exactly. And they get
Mhm.
paid to create them artists, they get paid to create the narrative. You feel me?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
shit's sick. Like I had a conversation. I know we going so off subject, but I had a conversation. I had a conversation with somebody. They was like, "Go," and bro, I wanted to slap this bitch, man. And I'm not
What?
even that type of nigga. But when it come to music, that's my expertise. That's my expertise. You feel me? Ain't nobody talk to me about hip hop. I am hip hop. You feel me? And she had the nerve to tell me, "Cole, you don't like that Super Gremlin song?" Nigga, you whack, nigga. Everything can't be Kendrick Lamar, Cole, and all this shit. And she was like, "Don't you think? Don't you think? He wouldn't be on the radio if it wasn't good?" And I said, "Bitch, you really think this shit is good just because you hear it a million times a day? We could have been superstars, but now we something. But like, come on, bro, like that shit is whack. And you talking
Yeah.
about, nigga, why is something on the radio? You setting up your own homie, nigga." But they
Yeah.
don't see like they not really paying attention to it like that though, Red. I see
No.
too deep into this radio shit. Like this shit, you really think Kodak Black is good? Your brain is fried. You feel me?
Yeah.
Your brain is fried for real. Like I be laughing at these niggas. Like y'all really listen to these niggas that ain't saying nothing. Well, be saying something, but just on different beats. You feel me? Like they be saying the same thing to me. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
you feel me? They got mad at me last week talking about Future and shit. That nigga garbage. That nigga garbage.
I
That nigga
like
whining and shit, bro. That nigga, man.
I like a
I'm
few of
sorry.
his songs. I like a few of
Red,
his songs on the album. Well, just two. The
red,
Love Better and Wait for You.
red. I can't do none of this new shit. I just can't.
I
You know what I
like a
mean? Like,
man. I like a man that, you know, that's go tell me like shit, like you go wait for me or you could love me. You know, like I like
I
all
feel
that. I
you.
don't like all that tough ass all the time. Cause what you
Hmm.
trying to prove? Like, why you gotta be tough with me? You my man. Like we lay next to each other, lay down every night.
Hmm.
Why you wanna be hard on me? Like, nah, I ain't feeling that. I ain't having
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
So yeah, I like somebody
Hmm.
soft and sweet with me. So that's why I love those two songs. I keep listening to them. Like they not
I
the
feel
best,
you.
but they
I feel you.
right
But
now, yeah.
now I listened to the album and I just feel like it had the same BPM like every
Yeah.
track besides two of them. You know what I mean? And it's like I definitely hated the album because of Drake. He was on. How you get Drake to try to save your album, nigga? You know what I mean? I like, come on, nigga. Your time is done, nigga. Your
Yeah.
time is done. That shit was whack. Back to the hot girl shit though, man. I feel like that's really not a good look for these women out here. You know what I mean? For to
Well,
you know, but it also start with us. It really like it's really us though. You know what I mean? Like us men. like we really haven't gotten out of that, that having a stable of women type of role, or a player, or a pimp, or a, what I'm saying, that
Yeah.
that caliber of a man. Like we haven't grown out of that shit yet. You know what I'm saying? And it's all for self out here, and we all hurting each other. You know what I'm saying? And that shit really need to stop. You know what I mean? That shit
Yeah.
really need to stop, because certain shits, that shit make you not even want to get married. You know what I mean? Like I know a person right now. He's about 40 years old, and he went through a divorce, and man, like his life just kind of like, yeah, like it's definitely not the time to try to be really fall in love, because it's like it's like a it's like a needle in a haystack type of deal, or at least that's how I think. You know what I mean? Like everybody want to get saved. Everybody want to, you know what I mean? Like for real. Like
Yeah. I thought,
that's just me though. I don't be
yeah,
going out here trying to like. Of course, I have these, my hormones go crazy or whatever, or like, what I'm saying, like I'm really like in desperate mode. Like I'm, man, I need something to talk to or whatever. But it's like, man, like I think everything is temporary when it comes to like relationships or whatever, or even just encounterments.
yeah. I used to feel like that, um, because I had abandonment issues growing up.
Ooh, okay.
So now that I've healed from that, I can see a future now. Everything
Mhm.
was, I know this finna end. I'm
Mhm.
ready for this then. I'm gonna just make it to I'm gonna just make it end.
she
That's
said,
how,
I'm ready for it to end.
yeah, cause like, no, seriously, it's sad. It's sad because my abandonment issues was so deep. Like the shit was going so good. And I'm like,
Mhm.
damn, let
It's
me
too
end
good
this
to be
shit.
true.
Yeah, let me end this shit so I don't end up getting my feelings hurt because I know this is not gonna work out. Like,
You did, bro. That's petty as hell.
no, no, no. I mean, I
You
have
gonna
to
end
come.
some shit just cause you think? You feel me? Like just
No, see. That was. Oh, we never even ended. Like, I have toxic ways. I'm not gonna lie,
See,
and
but
that's the
like,
reason.
what's special about you though is that you willing to admit that,
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna admit it because I need to work on myself and like
bro. That's rare.
that's that's what I've been doing. I've been studying. I've been understanding like everything, all these experiences that I've had in life. Like I really genuinely appreciate it. Like even I know me and my baby daddy had like the worst relationship ever, but like over these past few weeks, like I appreciate the
Hmm.
shit. It was terrible. Like it was fucking terrible. But I genuinely like I appreciate it.
Yeah. So after that relationship, like, did that make you want to turn into like some hot girl shit or no?
That shit made me want to be alone.
Mm.
That shit it was like I was with him for like almost 4 years, 3, 4 years.
Mhm.
And once you with somebody that long, you waking up next to them and shit.
Mhm.
That's what you were used to. So when I moved out, got my own apartment, and I was just waking up to nothing. I'm cuddling with a pillow now,
Mhm.
where it was him. And that's what made me want to be like, okay, I'm gonna go talk to niggas. And I talked to dudes and whatever, but I was still like scared,
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
but I never took it like far. It was just really conversation,
Mhm.
so yeah, that
You
situation.
wasn't you wasn't even sick and nothing else. You just wanted to talk to something. You feel me?
Yeah, I just wanted
Mhm.
to have that,
You do that too. Mhm.
yeah, yeah, so yeah. It
I,
went,
I do that. I do that as well too.
yeah,
Sometimes I be battling myself when I'm about to talk to something or want to shoot my shot or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I just be wanting some shit to talk. Somebody to talk to. You know what I mean? Not even trying to pursue nothing.
man.
It's so
I'm
hard finding it's like it's so many things thrown at you. Like I'm pretty sure for you and like me. It's just really disgenuine.
See, I love, like, that's the thing. Like, with you, I've been knowing you since high school, and it's genuine. So, whereas this person might have a podcast, I don't get that same genuine vibe from them. So, I don't care how hype it is,
Mhm.
I don't care if they pay me to get on there. It's not, if I don't feel it, I'm not fucking with it. Like,
Damn, I appreciate that. I really
yeah.
appreciate that. Thank
It's
you.
genuine. So, like, of course, I'm gonna fuck with you rather
Yeah.
than the next person up, or with the most money or the nice equipment or the office.
Mhm.
Like, and that's the
Mhm.
thing. Like, I love an underdog because people, try to play them and all that, but when it's the underdog become a big dog, yeah, can't nobody say nothing to them. Can't
Mhm.
nobody say that's a
Mhm.
beautiful. That's like so beautiful to me, from a caterpillar to a butterfly.
Woo! You hit it right on the money.
That's so beautiful. Like, I love that. Like,
Mhm.
like, even with, I was watching Kanye's thing, and I thought of you, which is crazy. Have you watched this Yeezy, Yay, whatever it is, on Netflix?
The documentary, I ain't seen it yet. I don't have Netflix.
Okay. Well, I
I should
watched the
download it.
first. Yeah, you should. I watched the first two episodes, and it made me think of you because, like, Kanye was like an underdog. Wasn't nobody fucking with him rapping or whatever. And it was just, they just wanted beats out of him. He was like, yo, I can rap, like, for real. And they ignoring him, but he had one friend that was genuine and recorded this shit from the beginning when he was saying I can rap, and they was ignoring him up until now. I think that is beautiful. Like, when you see the beauty that others don't see in themselves, and you like, that shit is beautiful. That's genuine. That's real. Like that, and that's like, you reminded me of Cooley. Like, Cooley was an underdog too, and when nobody paying no attention to him, he was doing comedy and all of that. And then he met Kanye, and then him and Kanye was just two underdogs, and they got bigger. Like, you gotta watch it.
Mhm.
Like,
Hey, you make me
it's
want to watch it
beautiful.
now. Like that's awesome. You really giving me my flowers right now. I really appreciate that. Real
Yeah,
talk. Cause
yeah,
and look, and like me being genuine is like on some real shit. I really take pride in that. And it's like
yeah,
I don't have all the equipment. I'm really fresh into this podcast shit, but I'm glad like you trust like my conversation and my dialogue and stuff because that's what I do it for. Like I don't put out no episode that's just talking about just some more miscellaneous shit. I'm not doing
yeah,
it. It has to mean something. People will be like, "Oh, why don't you drop it Monday?" I ain't inspired. You feel me? Why?
yeah,
I gotta when I put out something, I gotta feel something, and it's gotta
yeah.
mean something. It's gotta be the test of time. Not
Yeah,
know, not know who this versus that, or
yeah.
talking about the Kardashians or what's trending on Twitter and shit. Like, no, I'm not
Yeah,
doing all that. I'm not really doing all that shit. It's got to mean something. I talk about some shit that's going somebody can really learn some shit from every episode.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like every episode. Like in my last episode, like I got so much feedback, like including your feedback. Like I ain't never got so much feedback on one episode of my life, but it let me know that I need to keep going because I do
yeah,
like having a podcast and having all these expectations on podcasting and stuff. It can drive you crazy, and it's already done took me under. But I'm on the brighter side now. Like I'm really just doing it out
mhm.
of love now, and not for like a dick measuring contest or like who's better or shit like that. Like I mean,
Yeah,
of course I have competitive spirit, and I feel like I still congratulate podcasts I don't even really like. It's just that my shit'll stand out one day. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And like how you said, I feel like an underdog. So it's like I don't really get depressed no more when I feel like the analytics really don't match my work because I'm doing it out of love and
yeah.
anyway because
It's
nobody talks to
real.
me. Nobody
It's
talks to me.
real.
Yeah, it's real because I don't have nobody around me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm alone. You know what I'm saying? And it's like because people don't take the time out to try to understand Kolby Jordan. So I'm on this podcast, you feel me, expressing you know what I'm saying, how I feel, and you know what I'm saying, hopefully to get feedback. Am I crazy as people around me say? You know what I mean? That's like
Nah,
I know I'm not crazy. I'm just hanging around.
nah.
Maybe I'm just around a whole lot of, you feel me?
Haters,
Not haters, but um
non-believers.
just just on a level one type of people, like
Yeah,
level one. You know what I'm saying? Like service level people, like
yeah,
some people that don't have their own brain. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like for real,
yeah,
like and just because people see things differently don't mean they crazy. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
but you
I
know.
think like my perspective of you, like I said, you
Mhm.
genuine.
Mhm.
And, the people around us can kind of alter how we are. So if you having these people that's negative or they just don't feel you, they don't understand you, of course you go stay in that box
Mhm.
that y'all comfortable in.
Mhm.
So I feel like you could do like a lot. Like you an underdog right now, but next week or tomorrow, that
Mhm.
shit can change. It's all about you. It's all what you decide to do. You decide to go out here and just interview random people on the street about certain stuff. That's beautiful because you're doing that in the city, Nashville. Nobody done that.
Mhm.
Jefferson Street, anything.
Mhm.
Like do something like different and make you
Mhm.
stand out. Like I'm not saying that this podcast is not doing anything because
Mhm.
we learn every day.
I done got some, like a couple days ago. Well, actually, this was yesterday. Sorry, this was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I was out detailing cars,
Yeah.
and this woman, the woman that, it was a nice neighborhood in Murfreesboro, and
Mm-hmm.
me going there, I'm already like acting all black and shit. Like,
As
man,
you should.
we in a white neighborhood, like, and I was detailing the cars, and I had to use the bathroom. I was like, I ain't finna ask her to, you know what I'm saying, take my black ass in her house and shit, like type of shit. Like, I'm making up all these kind of stereotypical things in my head, right?
Yeah.
About white people and shit, just joking and shit, and but being for real, you know what I'm saying, as far as like how I think they see us. And she came outside and she started speaking to me, and she really found it interesting on how I was speaking, and for to be my age or whatever, right? She was intrigued, and she had asked me, what do I do for a living? So of course I didn't tell her my occupation I do for real, but I told her I'm a podcaster. You know what I'm saying? And she said, I figured you were. You talk with such abundance to be like for your age group. Like, she just kept saying that. And I was like, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And she ended up really like wanting to, she was an older lady. I would say probably 50. So I'm not really assuming she knows how to use a cell phone. So, um, and she had an iPhone, and she said, how can I look you up? And I gave her all my content, I gave her my info and stuff like that. What platforms to catch me on, and Google Podcasts and Spotify, whatever. So I, shot her the Google shit, and she really listened to the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I needed this moment, because it showed me that strangers are the people that are really gonna be supporting me in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she was like, I'm gonna share this to my friends and everything. And I'm like, this bitch gotta be crazy. Like, I'm not even I'm too modest at this point. I'm like, man, she ain't finna do that. She's white. You know what I mean? Ain't no bit. Nah, the shit that I'm talking about. I'm sitting there doubting myself. Like, man, she don't need to listen to my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but she did, because I told her about my last episode, which was my greatest ass whooping, and
Yeah.
she was intrigued off that, because she was like, we had a conversation about why I even put that on the surface, or why I even cared to share that story. You know what I mean? Like, and I had to tell her, like, maybe for a kid or something to maybe listen to my shit or come across my shit, they'll they'll see, like, they'll laugh because I got my ass whooped, right? But I learned a lesson, and that was to not play with fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I feel like that's a lesson. I feel like people can learn from. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah.
and 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 it was perfect, and I got a lot of feedback, because people, it's nostalgic to them because people, got their ass whooped for certain things. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And I just feel like that was a little bit of comedy. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that dragged a lot of people into my world. You know what I mean? On that
Yeah.
episode, but that episode analytically did it for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh my god, like my numbers is going up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I was like, damn, like my storytelling as well. You know what I'm saying? It's great. Not great, but just, it was, I did what I I thought I couldn't do. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's
So
and that's
and
what
and
I'm saying. Like
mhm,
it's genuine when
mhm.
when
And I
people,
wrote all that too. Like everything that I said, I wrote all that down because
yeah.
I don't trust my speech. I don't want to be slurring or saying slang words or saying, you know what I'm saying all the time and you feel me all the time. Like I don't. Yeah, I had to everything you heard on that episode though, Red, I wrote, believe me, like
Why
a
you should
rapper
have
in the studio.
you should have just let that shit ride. That's you.
Nah, nah.
That's
No, I
you.
mean when I was writing it, it was me. But you know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, my sister thought I couldn't pull it off. She said, Cole, that story is so short. How you gonna pull this off? She was doubting me. I said, bitch, I got this. I got this. You feel me? I got this. And she laughed because that's like that was my biggest thing I've ever did, like in my family. Like, Kobe, remember when you did that? Like they still crack on me when about that. I could
Yeah.
have killed everybody, you know what I'm saying? But it's like,
Yeah.
that was a lesson. I ain't played with fire ever since, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
got my
The
ass
listeners.
whooped. You feel
It
me? Yeah.
made the listeners feel like
Mhm,
closer to you because
mhm.
they probably did the same shit.
Exactly.
Like he just
Exactly.
like me.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm
It's-
saying? But, like most of my ass whoopings came from, I know we going off subject, but like most of my ass whoopings came from lying and report cards. I didn't like school and I feared my mama too much. So I didn't never tell her the truth. So,
oh
those were
yeah.
my ass whoopings. Anything you wanna, what I'm saying, conclude on this episode? You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to cut some of this out. You know what I mean? We been could have wrapped it. You know what I mean? So I just appreciate you know what I mean? I just appreciate you on the episode again, man. For real. First,
No
third of
problem.
many or second of many. You know what I'm saying? So
No problem.
yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I I
I'm
appreciate you
I'm
having
gonna
me.
I'm gonna let you conclude it. Go ahead, and we're gonna be out. Go ahead.
I appreciate you having me on here. If we are the ones that's out here twerking and throwing ass and not getting the education and doing all of this, then we're not, like, as a nation, we're going to be weak, and that's what we become. So I just wanted to say that because I feel like, a lot of women is just don't want to be hot girls, but it's just a thing to do. So
Mm.
yeah, it's just a thing to do right now. Like, what else are you gonna be? A city girl? A city girl? Okay, yeah, it's damn near the same thing.
It is the
it
same thing.
is, yeah, it's the
Well,
same,
who am I to say? I don't know. Shit, I don't know. I'm a man.
right? Right. So yeah,
I
yeah,
appreciate you one more time for getting on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been
yeah.
real, y'all. And just to let y'all know, if y'all want to know who this is Red.
This is red.
If you made it to the end of this segment, like, comment, hit that notification, and inbox me the name of this instrumental, song name, for $20 on Cash App, or get a free The Kolby Jordan Podcast hoodie. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. This is The Kolby Jordan Podcast, your digital therapy. Peace.